So Real Broker has grown a lot in 2023, so much so that I now need to make an updated Real Broker Explained video to go over all the new benefits and features that they've given to us agents. So in this video, I'm going to give you a quick overview of where Real Broker is at as of January 2024. We're going to go over the costs and fees of being an agent here at Real Broker, go over the stock program, go over the revenue share program, go over training and education, going to go over all the technology that we have access to, and then go over all the additional benefits that we get by being agents here at Real Broker. As of today, Real Broker has over 13,000 real estate agents all across North America. This is about double of what it was this time last year. And in fact, I've been with the company for 3 years now. I joined when we were at 2,000 agents, and we've about doubled every single year that I've been with this company. So I wouldn't be surprised if next year when I'm making this video, we're sitting around 25,000 agents. Real Broker is officially now in all 50 states, plus Washington, DC, and 4 provinces in Canada. Real Broker obtained EBITDA profitability in Q2 of 2023, and Real's recently won multiple awards, including Inman's Innovator of the Year Award for 2023. So now let's go over the costs and fees of being here at Real Broker. So Real Broker has an 85-15% split with their agents until you cap at $12,000, and there are no monthly fees to be an agent here at Real. Now, after you cap, you keep 100% of your commission, but there is a $285 transaction fee. After you hit Elite Agent, that transaction fee gets dropped down to $129 per transaction. There is a one-time $249 sign-up fee to join Real Broker, and there's a $30 E&O insurance fee per transaction. And Real Broker has a $750 annual fee, which gets taken out of the first 3 transactions of the year, $250, $250, and $250. Now, Real Broker also has an optional CRM and website. We use Lofty, which is formerly known as Chime. And to get a Lofty CRM website is typically $500 a month. With the partnership with Real, you can get it for only $40 a month. Now, this is optional, and I like that they made it optional because some people already have CRMs and websites that they want to keep. But if you want to get access to the full Lofty CRM website, that is an additional $40 a month. And so what I really love about their fee structure is not just that it's incredibly affordable and a very generous split, but other than the one-time sign-up fee, you don't pay any other fees until you actually have money coming in. All the fees are taken out of the commission that you earn as an agent here. So let's run a few scenarios just to give you an idea of what you can expect to pay as an agent here at Real. So let's say you close 10 transactions a year with an average price point of $450,000 and average commission of 2.5%. Well, if you sign up for Lofty, that's going to be $40 a month times 12 months. That's $480 a year. You're going to pay your annual fee of $750 a year. In this scenario, you're going to fully cap at around 7 transactions. So that's $12,000 a year. Now, you don't pay a transaction fee on those 7 transactions. While you have a split, there's no transaction fee, but anything after that, you pay a $285 transaction fee. So in this scenario, you'll be paying that on 3 transactions, which is another $855 a year. The Elite Agent transaction fee won't apply in this scenario. And you do pay a BEOP fee for your E&O insurance, which is $30 per transaction. On 10 transactions, that's $300 a year. And in this scenario, you won't get the Elite Agent award of $24,000 in stock. So in this scenario, you would expect to pay $14,385 a year in order to sell 10 homes a year at Real Broker. Now, if you double that, you do 20 transactions a year, you can expect to pay $17,535 a year to sell 20 homes at Real Broker. Now, if we increase the number of transactions to 30 transactions a year, at this point, you most likely will hit Elite Agent. Most agents hit Elite Agents around 27, 28, 29 transactions a year, kind of depending on how many transactions it takes you to first cap. And in this scenario of 30 transactions a year, your transaction fee will get reduced to $129 for anything after Elite Agent, and you can receive up to $24,000 in free stock. So at 30 homes a year, you'll be a net positive of $3,627 a year because of the $24,000 in free stock. And this is unheard of. There's no other company out there that I know of that will actually pay you to be an agent there at the company. And I'll go into more details on how to qualify for elite agent status in the next section. So next, let's talk about the stock awards that they have for their agents here at the company. So at Real Broker, there are 4 ways to earn completely free stock in the company. The first one is with their stock purchase program. And with this program, before you cap, you can put 5% of your commission towards buying stock in the company, and they'll give you an additional 10% of stock completely for free. After you cap, you can put 20% of your commission towards buying stock in the company, and they'll give you an additional 20% of stock completely for free. So if you buy $1,000 of stock out of your commission post-cap, they'll give you an additional $200 of stock in the company completely free. Now, the next way to earn free stock in the company is simply by capping. When you cap, they'll give you 150 shares of stock in the company. And with an average price point of $450,000 a year and average commission of 2.5%, most agents will cap at around 7 transactions a year. The third way is by attracting agents. When you attract an agent into the company, they put you down as their sponsor. When they close their first transaction, you get 75 shares of stock in the company. Now you notice on this chart here on the left, it says up to 14,000 agents. So Real does adjust some of their stock incentive programs as the number of agents in the company grow and as the value of the stock grow. And they do that just to make it sustainable, but also to incentivize earlier adopters of this business model. So they don't always change these stock numbers when we hit new thresholds for agent count, but they reserve the right to update this as the company grows. And this is what the stock incentives are as of January 2024. And you also notice here that if you are on a team, you are going to pay a half cap. So your cap is $6,000 a year instead of $12,000 a year. So these incentives for capping and for agent attraction are also going to get reduced by half since you're paying a half cap into the company. Now, the fourth way to earn free stock in the company is with their elite agent program, where you can earn up to $24,000 in completely free stock. It's actually divided into 2 different awards, a cultural award and a production award. So to qualify for the production award, there's 2 different ways. First, you need to fully cap at the company, and then you need to pay up to $6,000 in post-cap transaction fees. So that's that $285 transaction fee that I mentioned that you pay after you cap. If you hit that requirement, you get the production award of $16,000 in free stock. Now, if you are a team leader and you have team members underneath of you, whatever percentage of the commission that you are taking from them, so let's say you're taking 50% of their commission, well then 50% of their transaction fee is actually going to go towards your $6,000 a year transaction fee cap. So if you're a team leader, it's going to be far easier for you to hit elite agent than as a solo agent. Now there's a second way for you to qualify for the production award, and that is by earning at least $500,000 in commissions with at least 10 transactions. Now after you hit the production award and you're given the $16,000 worth of free stock, now you qualify for the cultural award. And this is an additional $8,000 in free stock. And it says here for you to qualify for the cultural award, you can teach monthly topics in the Real Academy, give back to Real agent communities, or give back to your local community. So you see they're pretty flexible with how to qualify for that cultural award, but kind of the main way that you see is that elite agents are teaching classes and kind of sharing their knowledge in the Real Academy. Now there's another caveat to these stock awards in that all of them have a 3-year vesting period. So you need to be with the company in good standings for at least 3 years for you to actually pull that stock out. So personally, I love that Real Broker gives stocks to their agents and that this company is partially owned by the agents in the company. I think that this has a huge impact on the culture, the community, and the quality of the training that we receive here at Real Broker. You know, I teach a monthly class in the Real Academy all about YouTube, and it's open to all the agents in the company. I don't get paid to do that. I do that because I am an owner in this company. I have stock in this company. I want to see this company grow and do well. I want to see these agents thrive and do well. And all the agents in the company who own stock have that same mentality. And it just really does have a huge impact on this company, the fact that we are owned by the agents who are actually working here at Real Broker. Real Broker's stock is also incredibly healthy and doing very well. If you look at the last 12 months, Real Broker's stock price has gone up by 48%. And if you look at a lot of stock analysts, many of them are very optimistic and bullish on Real Broker stock. Now, personally, I think that cloud brokerages are just the future of the real estate industry. There's no question about that. And I think within 5 years, probably at least 50% of the real estate agents will be at a cloud brokerage. And this is not financial advice, but personally, I think that owning stock in really any cloud brokerage today is going to be a decision that I'm going to be very happy that I made 5 to 10 years from now. So now let's go over the Real Broker revenue share program, because there were some pretty significant changes to this program in 2023. So the way that I look at their revenue share program is that they're essentially taking their entire marketing budget, and instead of spending that marketing budget on billboard ads and Facebook ads to grow the company, they're instead giving it to the individual agents who are helping grow the company one agent at a time. And there's a couple significant benefits to this model. One, as an agent here at Real, I now have access to an additional stream of income into my business. And that's pretty significant if I have some kind of personal drama going on in my life and maybe I can't sell any homes for a few months, or we're just in a down market. Having that consistent stream of income is incredibly beneficial to my business and my life. The second benefits are to the agents who are actually coming into the company. They already know at least one agent at that company, and they have an additional level of support. If they get lost, they don't know where to find something, they need help, they can go to their sponsor to get support as well. So it really is a win-win-win. It's a win for the company because this is probably a more effective marketing strategy than actually running ads and running TV commercials or billboard ads. It's a win for the agents at the company, and it's a win for the agents coming into the company as well. Something that makes our revenue share pretty unique is that at Real Broker, you can actually list 2 different agents as your sponsor into the company. We call this co-sponsorship. Now, when you do this, that revenue share gets split between the 2 agents, and it actually gets split 3 ways. Each agent will receive 45% and 45% of the revenue share, and then a Real Broker keeps 10% of the revenue share when you do this. Now, there's some pretty big benefits to co-sponsorship. One, more agents at the company are just going to receive revenue share because of this, right? It's going to spread that wealth out to more agents in the company. As the agent coming in, you now have 2 different sponsors into the company, and you have 2 different agents you can use as a resource. For me personally, whenever I'm talking to a brand new agent into the industry, I always find them a local agent in their market to co-sponsor them with me into the company. The reason I do that is I want somebody with boots on the ground in their market that knows their MLS and knows their board of realtors and knows their contract, right? These are all things that I may not know. And so that sponsor can help them out with questions like that, and I can help them out with more general, broad questions about Real Broker or about, the real estate industry. Another benefit to this is that oftentimes when agents are joining a new brokerage, they may be talking to multiple agents to get a feel for that company. I think that's perfectly fine, but it's not uncommon for them to get analysis paralysis, right? Maybe they get stuck and they have 2 friends at the company and they don't know which one to put down as their sponsor. And that paralysis can keep them from actually joining a company. I've heard this story many times. So Real, if you have 2 people you're talking to, put them both down as a sponsor. You get both of them in your upline, you'll be in both of their downlines. And this is pretty unique and not something that you're going to find at other brokerages. So for any agent that names you as a sponsor into the company, Real Broker will give you 5% of their commission until they cap at the company. So with a $12,000 a year cap, this means that they'll give you up to $4,000 a year for every capping agent that names you as a sponsor into the company. Now, if they're on a team and they're only paying a half cap, then of course that $4,000 gets reduced to $2,000 a year. And Real Broker actually pays out on 5 tiers of revenue share. So if somebody that you directly sponsor into the company, if they bring an agent into the company, they'll be in your tier 2 and you receive 4% of every commission until that agent caps, which is a maximum of $3,200 a year. If they bring an agent in, they're going to be in your tier 3 and you'll get 3% of every commission that that agent earns until they fully cap, which is a maximum of $2,400 a year. If they bring an agent in, they'll be in your tier 4 and you receive 2% of every commission they earn until they cap, which is a maximum of $1,600 a year. And if they bring an agent in, they'll be in your tier 5 and you receive 1% of every commission that they earn until they cap, which is a maximum of $800 a year. Now, when you join Real, your tier 1 benefits are automatically unlocked for any agents that you bring into the company, but you have to actually unlock your tier 2 through 5 benefits. And you do this by having producing agents in your tier 1. And for an agent to qualify as a producing agent, they just need to earn a $3,000 commission every 6 months. So if the agents that you bring in are closing in at least 2 transactions a year, they can qualify as a producing agent in order to unlock your other tier benefits. Now, one of the big changes to revenue share that they made just recently is that they've made it easier for agents to unlock their second tier benefits. And the reason that they said they made this change is because they want more agents to receive a significant amount of revenue share into their business. This is going to support those individual agents, but also it's going to incentivize them to want to build more revenue share. So to unlock your tier 2 benefits, you only need 5 producing agents in your tier 1. Prior to this change, it was 10. Now to unlock your tier 3 benefits, you need 15 producing agents in your tier 1. To unlock your tier 4 benefits, you need 20 producing agents in your tier 1. And to unlock your tier 5 benefits, you need at least 25 producing agents in your tier 1. Now, there are some caveats to the revenue share program you should be aware of. First, for you to receive revenue share, there is an annual fee of $175 for you to participate in the revenue share program. Secondly, after that, there is a 1.2% processing fee on your revenue share as well. So really, you're going to receive 98.8% of this revenue share after the processing fee. And the last thing that you should be aware of is that for you to qualify to receive revenue share, you yourself have to be a producing agent. So you have to earn at least a $3,000 commission every 6 months. And the reason they do this is because we want a company of producing agents. We don't necessarily want a multi-level marketing expert to get his real estate license, never sell a single home, and come into Real just to recruit agents full time. We want to be a company of producing agents. Now, if you are a team leader and you're getting a percentage of your team members' commissions, that counts as a producing agent. And if you are a referral agent and you have several referrals that close every year as well, that will also qualify you as a producing agent. You just need to earn a $3,000 commission every 6 months to qualify as a producing agent. Now, Real Broker does offer a revenue share retirement plan, so it do require that agents earn production or receive revenue share, but if they're producing agents for at least 3 years, then they can step out of production and they'll receive 60% of their revenue share. Producing agent for 4 years will receive 80% of their revenue share. And if you're a producing agent at Real for at least 5 years, you can step out of production, continue to receive 100% of your revenue share. And I love this because let's just be honest, every agent has an exit strategy out of this industry. And with Real Broker, if you build your career here at Real Broker, you bring in some agents, this revenue share can be incorporated into your exit strategy. You know, something that doesn't get talked about very often in our industry is that most real estate agents have zero retirement plan whatsoever. You know, they are just focused on earning their next commission, and then it's up to them to invest that money, and not everybody does. But I feel like with Real Broker, it makes retirement actually an option for a lot of people. And let's say over the 10-year period, you also put 5%, 10% of your time towards agent attraction and bringing in agents into the company as well. After 10 years, you may receive a pretty significant amount of revenue share. Between that revenue share and the stock that you got for free just for being a producing agent here at the company, retirement can actually be a possibility for a lot of agents. Something that also makes our revenue share program pretty unique is that our revenue share is willable. Now, there are other companies that claim to have willable revenue share, but the person that you will it to has to be a real estate agent, has to be with the company, and we don't have any of that. Here at Real, you can will your revenue share to a child or a grandchild or a spouse. So it's essentially like a built-in life insurance policy for your loved ones. Now, this willable revenue share may just seem like another nice perk, but personally, like, this is something that's really important to me. You know, I'm a single parent and I have one son, and my son has very severe intellectual disabilities and autism and is nonverbal. And I have a lot of anxiety about what happens to me if I can't work anymore, or God forbid I pass away, you know, way too young. What happens to my son? And right now, you know, I've been working on this revenue share for a couple of years now, and if I were to pass away tomorrow, my son, or at least in a state that I've set up for my son, would continue to get about $10,000 a month in revenue share. And he would continue to get that for as long as those agents that I brought into the company are at the company and producing. And that relieves a tremendous amount of anxiety for me. And that is incredibly comforting to know that I can will that to my son, God forbid something, you know, happens to me. And I think that says a lot about the company as well. You know, this decision to have willable revenue share may not be the most profitable decision for the company, right? To allow agents to literally build generational wealth by being here and helping this company grow. But I've heard Tamir talk about how revenue share is something that we've earned, and that, you know, the company benefits from that as well. The company is growing from that. and they're repaying us with a revenue share, and that he thinks it's only right for us to be able to pass it on to our dependents and our family as well, especially in a really hard and challenging time like that. So next, let's talk about the training that you can receive here at Real Broker. And I honestly believe that we have some of the best training in the entire real estate industry. And a big factor in that is our revenue share and stock programs. And with our elite agent program, there's just another level of incentives for our top producing agents to provide training to our community. And on top of that, we have Sharon Shavatza. Sharon is a business mogul and real estate agent educator. Sharon used to sell classes to real estate agents and used to get paid tens of thousands of dollars to give presentations for entrepreneurs and real estate agents. And he is now the president of Real Broker and exclusively focusing on training our agents and growing this company. So we get a lot of exclusive and incredibly high quality training from Sharon that you're literally not going to find anywhere else in this industry. Now, all the training that we have here at Real Broker is housed in the Real Academy, which is our proprietary platform for our training and education. We have over 200 online classes that you get instant access to as soon as you join the company. And we have between 25 and 30 live streams every single week. On top of that, we have masterminds. And a mastermind is usually 40, 50 agents hop on a Zoom call, usually one person leading it and kind of going over a specific topic. So for example, today I'm teaching a mastermind all about YouTube. So not only will you have access to all these live masterminds that go on every single week, but you also have access to hundreds of replays of all these masterminds as well. And what I love about our platform is that it's entirely web-based and just right in your browser. And this means that you can access it on your phone as well. So I'll often listen to these live streams in my car while I'm driving, or maybe I'll put on a training and just play it over my car speakers while I'm driving to an appointment. And I think it's really interesting to compare our training model to a traditional brokerage training model. At a traditional brokerage, you're primarily going to get training from agents within your market center. And what's interesting about that is that there's a financial disincentive for them to really give you their best training and best information since you're directly competing against them. Another challenge with that is, let's say you want to learn more about YouTube or cold calling or door knocking, but there's nobody in your market center that knows anything about any of those types of lead generation. And at Real, you're gonna get access to training and experts in pretty much any topic that you can think of. And not only that, but you also get access to our community as well, which should be included in the conversation about training. To access the community, we use a program called Workplace, which is created by Facebook, so it looks like Facebook, but it's only the agents in your organization have access to it. So essentially Facebook, but only agents at Real Broker. And in here, you can message anybody in the company. So if you attend a really cool training about YouTube, you can log in Workplace, send the person a message and ask them questions who were giving that training. And you can then post questions in our group and get feedback from other agents at Real as well. And just getting access to this huge collection of training and having everything on demand in your browser, on your phone, and training by agents who are owners in the company, have a financial incentive to give out the best quality training that they can. That's really just something that you're gonna have a hard time finding with a traditional brokerage. So now let's talk about the technology that we have here at Real Broker, because Real Broker is a technology company. This is really what gives us our biggest advantage as a brokerage and as an individual agent. You know, I heard our Chief Technology Officer, Pritesh Damani, say once that if a traditional franchise brokerage wanted to add 1,000 agents to their brokerage, it would be a tremendous amount of work. They had to do that in one day. It'd be chaos, right? They need to onboard 1,000 agents. They need to have staff to support 1,000 agents. They have office spaces to support 1,000 agents. It would be a huge challenge to bring on that many agents at a traditional brokerage. At Real Broker, they could add 1,000 agents to this company like that. We wouldn't skip a beat. And that is because of the technology that we have on the back end. It was built to scale this company and hit some very large numbers in terms of agent counts. And this brokerage technology allows the company to be far more cost efficient and to scale far quicker than a traditional franchise model. And as real estate agents here at Real, we also get access to some really amazing technology that gives us huge advantages in our own businesses as well. Now, I do have an entire video taking a deep dive into all the technology that we have access to here at Real Broker, which I now also need to update for 2024 since we rolled out so much new technology. But for today, I'm gonna do a quick overview of all the technology that we have access to here at Real Broker. So first and foremost is going to be Rezen. This is our online dashboard for our business where you can see all the data for your business. You know, how many transactions that you close, what your commission is, how much revenue share that you've earned, how much free stock that you've earned in the company. This is also where your transaction management is going to be housed as well. Now, Real used to use SkySlope years ago, but not anymore. We now have our own proprietary transaction management software, which is better than SkySlope, but also very similar in design features. In this transaction management, you can upload the documents that have your broker review your contract. You can see all the details about all of your current contracts and all your past ones. And a feature that I love is that every transaction, there is a chat dialogue that automatically opens up between you and your broker if they have any questions for you about that transaction or you have any questions for them. And all that chat dialogue gets saved with each transaction file as well. In Rezen, you can also manage your team, you get all the details about them. You also get access to your wealth plan. And with the wealth planner, you can set financial goals, and it then incorporates projected commissions as well as revenue share and stock awards into helping you accomplish those financial goals. In here, you also get access to the Marketing Center and Design Center. And with the Marketing Center, you can design postcards and flyers and business cards and use their templates and this creator. And then you can have this material printed or even have the postcards mailed out to specific addresses. In Rezen is also getting access to Leo 2.0. And Leo is our AI assistant, essentially based on the ChatGPT technology. Now, if you're familiar with ChatGPT, you know that you can feed it specific data like documents and then ask it to extract specific data out of that in conversational language. And that's essentially what we're doing with Leo 2.0, except we're feeding it specific data about our own businesses. So you can ask it questions like, when is my next closing, or what is my average commission, or what was my GCI last year? And because Real Broker has created all of this technology itself, because we're not outsourcing to SkySlope or any other technology platform, we have all that data. And Leo can scan through all the data of your personal business, as well as all the data about Real Broker, including our ICA, and give you answers to your questions in a conversational language. Now, Rezen is also, we're gonna access Real Signature. And Real Signature is, again, our proprietary technology, very similar to DocuSign or Dotloop. And in here, you can upload documents, add signature blocks, and then easily send them off for your clients to sign documents. And all this technology was created in-house by our technology team, so it all has a very simple and beautiful design. And I heard Pritesh Namani, our chief technology officer, say once that he wants to design software where you don't need a tutorial to learn how to use it. When you use Gmail, you don't need a tutorial on how to use Gmail. Just the design of the platform itself makes it incredibly intuitive on how to use it. And that is his philosophy when he's designing technology for Real Broker. He wants to make it so simple and intuitive that you don't need a tutorial on how to use it. You can just simply open it up, play around with it, and figure it out yourself. And this design philosophy is why Real Broker actually won a Fast Company Design Award for our technology. Now, the Rezen dashboard is accessible on desktop, but all that data is also incorporated into our Rezen Agent app. So everything I just showed you, you can access on your Agent app as well. You can see all the information about your personal business, how close you are to capping, how many transactions you've had, what your rev share is, and you can see all the details about every transaction that you have, including the contact information of the co-op agent and the contact information of the title company for every transaction you have under contract. This is probably the feature that I use the most. If I'm driving, I need to call the title company, I can easily just pull up the transaction on my Agent app and get the contact information for the title company. And I'll say that this Agent app has been an absolute game changer for my real estate business. It's an app that I use all the time, and I literally log into it every single day. And the app has all the features that I just showed you on the desktop, including Real Signature. So if you're in your car and somebody sends you a PDF that needs to get signed, you can download the PDF, upload it to Real Signature, add signature blocks, and send it to your clients to get signatures on, all from your phone. And you also have access to Leo or AI Assistant right from your phone, and you have access to the 24/7 support center if you want to get on the phone or speak to somebody from support right away. And you get access to the Real Academy from the app as well, so while you're driving, you can listen to training classes or live streams. Now, Real Broker also just launched their consumer app. And their vision for the company is to reinvent the consumer experience. And so the purpose of the app is actually to give them updates and give them a roadmap of this entire transaction. So in the consumer app, they can see where they're at in the transaction and what the next steps are. Now, Real Broker also launched Real Mortgage and Real Title as well. And the vision is that the consumer, not only can get a roadmap of where they're at, they're going to get updates from the title company, updates from the mortgage company, and updates from the real estate agent, all in real time and all in the app. Currently, how it works is that a consumer comes to us and say, hey, go talk to this other company to get qualified for a mortgage. Go talk to this other company for the title work on your transaction as well. And they're getting updates from all three people, and things get lost in translation, communications get dropped. Sometimes, title company updates me and then I need to update the consumer. And with this consumer app, they're gonna get real-time updates from Real Title, Real Mortgage, and the real estate agent all on the same platform. And I really do love this vision. And so Real Broker has rolled out the first version of the consumer app, and they've got big plans over the next few months of rolling out updated versions of it. And this consumer app was designed by the same design team that made all of our other technology, so you know that it's incredibly intuitive and beautiful and simple to use for the consumer. Another piece of technology that's pretty crucial to our experience here at Real Broker, of course, is Workplace, which I talked about in the previous section. And Workplace is really going to be how you can tap into that community. You can get additional support from that community, and you can message anybody in the community as well. The final piece of technology that we use here at Real is Lofty. Lofty was formerly known as Chime, and I think one of the most powerful CRMs and websites in the entire industry. Like I said before, Lofty is typically $500 a month to get access to the CRM and website, and I've known several agents that used to pay that, and they partially came over to Real because of that huge discount. As a Real agent, you get access to that $500 a month plan for only $40 a month. Now, Lofty has a beautiful and simple to use website builder and landing page builder, but where it really shines is its AI chatbot technology. So when a user registers on your website, enters into your CRM, you can set it up so that the Lofty AI will start texting that user and start asking questions and kind of posing as your assistant, asking you questions like, what is your time frame? What is your price point? What areas are you most interested in? And it can pre-qualify these leads for you and then give you a summary of more details of what that lead is actually looking for. Lofty also has some incredibly robust smart plans as well that you can set leads up on, obviously with emails and texts and AI assistant, but also with mailers. So for example, you can enter your entire database into Lofty and then set them up to receive a postcard once a month or once a quarter or only around the holidays, and it'll automatically mail those postcards out to your database for you. Lofty can also manage and run your Google pay-per-click and Facebook ads. So if you have a team and you want to generate local buyer leads or seller leads for your team, Lofty can do this for you. And what's great is that they run hundreds and probably thousands of ads for thousands of agents all across the country. So they know specifically what ads work, and they can just replicate those ads in your market. And they do charge a 20% fee for you to do this. But if you have an $800 a month budget, you can have them run the ads for you, probably generate 30, 40, 50 leads a month for your team, and those leads go directly into your CRM, and then your AI chatbot will start texting those leads for you and pre-qualifying them for your team members. And so Lofty is really the cornerstone of a lot of agents' businesses here at Real. We have a lot of training on how to use it, and we have a pretty robust community around using this platform as well. And there's actually a lot more features to Lofty as well, including creating social media posts for you, home evaluation landing pages. They've got a really robust app as well. You can access your database of leads on there as well. So once again, I will be making an updated video taking a much deeper dive into all the technology that we have here at Real. So it's really just kind of an overview of the different platforms that we get access to. Now, there are even more benefits to being an agent here at Real Broker, including what they call Real Benefits. And this is essentially health insurance for you and your family. So Real Broker has collectively used our number of agents as leverage to get some really great health insurance plans that you'll get access to as an agent here at Real Broker. You also get access to Real Title and the opportunity to be an investor in your state's Real Title with joint venture. So how that works is that you can buy shares into your state's title company, and they'll pay out profits from that title company quarterly. Now, the number of shares that you can buy depends on your production and as well if you're a team and how large your team is. And so, of course, this will incentivize you and your team to use that title company more often and can act as an additional stream of income into your own business. You're also going to get access to real mortgage for your clients as well. And once again, we are trying to redefine the user experience. And when our agents are using a real title, real mortgage, and a real estate agent, it's going to be a much more streamlined experience for the consumer. However, keep in mind, real title and real mortgage are optional, or if you wanted to use real title and use your own mortgage company, that's perfectly fine as well. Now, something that I'm very excited about that they're launching very soon is going to be the real wallet, the real debit card, and the real credit card. And so the idea behind the real wallet is essentially when you earn a commission or earn revenue share or earn free stock in the company, all those assets are going to go into your real wallet. Makes it easier for you to track that. Now, you can then transfer the money right into your bank account and not really leverage the real wallet, or you can leave the money in your real wallet and potentially earn interest on that money as well. And you can then spend it using your real debit card. Now, if you're using your real debit card, you'll earn points on that debit card, which will then offset the cost and fees of being an agent here at Real Broker. And they made it sound like it can offset that by a pretty significant amount. We don't know the exact numbers and details of that just yet, now in January 2024, but that information should be rolling out later on this year. And not only that, but they also have a real credit card where they're gonna look at your past history and say, hey, look, you did 20 transactions last year, like that's an asset. We can extend you a line of credit based on your transaction history. Or maybe they'll look at your revenue share and say, hey, you have 10 people in your tier one, they're all producing agents, you're projected to make $40,000 in revenue share this year. We're gonna use that to extend you a line of credit. Or let's say you earn free stock in the company, but it has a 3-year vesting period. They can then again use that as collateral to lend you a line of credit. I love this idea for a couple of reasons. One, pretty much everybody that I know runs their business on a separate credit card. Having all your business expenses on one credit card makes taxes way easier at the end of the year. So if you're going to use a credit card, why not use a credit card that your company is issuing you and earning points to offset your fees and costs there? Two, I love the idea that if you can use your stock that's waiting to be vested as collateral for a line of credit, you can access to that without having to wait 3 years. It's very similar to borrowing against your 401k. You don't have to actually sell the stock and get rid of it in order to have access to that capital. 3, I love that Real Broker is literally willing to extend lines of credit to their real estate agents to invest in their own businesses. As business owners, like having access to credit to invest in our businesses is huge. And you can easily imagine agents using this credit card to invest in camera equipment or invest in courses or invest in coaching for their businesses. And there is literally no other brokerage out there that is willing to extend a line of credit to their agents to invest in their businesses. Number 4, I've heard people say that this could actually turn into a larger stream of income into the Real Broker business itself than the actual brokerage model. And I love that idea. Right now, they essentially have 3 streams of income. They have an income from their brokerage model, income from the title company, and income from the mortgage company. And this real credit card and debit card is essentially going to be a 4th stream of income into that business. And having these different streams of income is what allows them to offer us their services at such a cheap price and be so generous with the revenue share and with the stock program. And really the 5th thing that I love about this is that it just shows how innovative this company is and that they're constantly trying new things. And I think it just says a lot about the company itself and the leadership that we have at this company. And frankly, I think that they're going to prove how successful this credit model is. And we're almost certainly going to see other companies copying our business model in the future. The next thing I want to talk about is simply the culture of the company. Culture is really important to Real Broker. It's something that they put a big emphasis on and something that they do protect. They have rules and policies around protecting that culture, and they do enforce those policies as well. And I think that Sharon, the president of the company, and Tamir, the CEO of the company, do an amazing job at just setting the precedence for what the culture of the company is going to be. I have interviews with both of them on my channels, and both of them are just incredibly positive and upbeat. And I've heard Sharon talk before about how proud he is of the fact that our core value, work hard, be kind, is just as synonymous with the Real brand as our logo itself. people see work hard, be kind, and they intuitively think of Real Broker. And personally, like that is one of my core values as well. And I just love that I'm working for a company and dedicating my life and my business to a company that one of their core values is being kind to other people. And another thing that I really appreciate about this company is just how diverse our leadership is. We have a lot of women in very high leadership positions, and we have a lot of first generation immigrants in leadership positions as well in this company. And again, I think that says a lot just about the values of the company. And so I think that our leadership does an excellent job at setting the tone for our culture. They do a great job at protecting our culture as well. And what's I find really interesting is that they found a way to financially incentivize a positive culture at this company as well. So like I was saying before, the fact that we are all owners in this company, that we have a financial incentive to see this company grow and share information and help people out, like that has a huge impact on the culture of the company. And it's something that you really don't find anywhere else in this industry. So if you think that Real may be a good fit for you and your business, I think the next step would be for you and I to hop on a video call and talk to you about your business, talk to you about Real, answer any of your questions about being an agent here. I have a link down in the description below to my calendar to select a date and time that works for you and can automatically schedule a one-on-one video call with myself. If you haven't seen my interview yet with Sharon Srivatsaa, the president of Real Broker, you can check that out right here. I think it's an excellent interview. He really lays out his vision for the future of this company. Thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to hearing from you.